Estevan Florial, man, we have talked about this guy so much. And I feel like we had to talk about him potentially one more time to give him maybe a proper send-off. What does that mean? So Sunday, what spurred this whole idea, Stacey? Sunday, he went off in a massive victory for the Rail Riders, scored 13 runs. Florial homered twice. He drove in 6 and became the leader in home runs this season in the Yankee system. He has 28 bombs this year. And it kind of just struck me in that moment when I, saw that. And having known Estevan Florial, weirdly enough, following his career for a very long time, I first covered him during the 2017 season when he was with the Charleston River Dogs. Called a couple, we played the River Dogs. I was with the West Virginia Power. They were the Pirate system at the time. Now no longer affiliated, but Florial was on the other side. And obviously he was a highly rated prospect at the time. And so seeing him, I was like, okay, this is a guy I need to watch out for. Now here I am 6 years later, and his Yankees career is 2 weeks from being over, because he will be a free agent at the end of the season. Stacey, when you think about Estevan Florial and the world of what could have been, what comes to mind? What do you think when we're a couple years down the road, in 5 years' time, 10 years' time? Florial's without a doubt retired. He's done. Career's over. Maybe 15 years, let's say. What do you think you're going to think of when you think of the name Estevan Florial?
That he wasn't given a good enough chance by the Yankees. He's one of those. I feel like prospects are really risky and you never know what you're going to get from them. But I feel like the Yankees have had some interesting bad luck when it comes to guessing which prospects to be really gung-ho about and the ones that they kind of discard and let this happen to, I know people always talk about the strikeouts, and yes, the rate is high, but that's basically how baseball is now. Like, you see these guys with numbers where their averages are low, they're hitting for a ton of home runs, and their strikeouts are insane because, the pitching's getting better. And it's not like he's not a bad player. He just strikes out a lot, but he still hits a lot of home runs. I think, 4 away from the record for Scranton for a season? He still could do it in the next couple of weeks. I just feel like he wasn't given enough of a chance. And people will say, oh, well, the Yankees called him up and he played and he didn't do well enough. Yeah, he was called up, but they would play him for a game, sit him for 3 games, bring him in as a pinch hitter, or bring him in for defense. You're not going to develop a kid in the majors if you're playing him sporadically. We talk about that all the time with other players. And he wasn't given enough of a chance by the Yankees. And I feel bad for him because of that.
Yeah, a lot of things come to mind here for me as you're talking. I'm kind of running through things in my mind too about Florial. Again, I got to know him really well last season. He was with the Rail Riders almost all season last year while I was there working in the media department. And, talked to him on multiple occasions. He's always out there working hard and, always practicing and always working on his swing and talking with coaches. Like, I rarely saw him take time off, ever. It was always, before the game. It's like, all right, now I got to get out of center field and lead off. Like that was flow. And he was one of the most professional guys I've ever come across in my career. And to think what log jammed him, essentially, last year was the chance. 2022 was the chance. It should have been. Mm-hmm. I mean, to be frank, it should have been this year too. But 2022, True. You started to see the writing on the wall here of what the Yankees thought of him. And to think that Aaron Hicks essentially is the reason why Estevan Florial never really got a shot with the Yankees is insane to think about that side of it. You knew how they felt about it when they traded for Bader. You knew how they felt about it when they signed Matt Carpenter. All these little, again, telltale signs. And now here we are going, it's a couple weeks from being done. He'll be a minor league free agent. He will undoubtedly get a minor league free agent deal. And just for good purpose, you talked about the strikeouts. And we've known the strikeouts. The Yankees have wanted his strikeouts to go down. And that's essentially like the only bad thing about him is the strikeouts. He hits for average. He hits for power. He plays good center field. He's got a good arm. He gets good reads off the bat. And he's very fast. So why were they so hell-bent on strikeouts? Yes, it was high. It was 30%. 30% basically on average. Teetered 29 to 32, somewhere around there, depending on what time of year it was. That's where he's at for his career. And it never fluctuated. It was always that.
Yeah.
So you knew what you were going to get out of him, at least at that level. So it stands to reason that the Yankees were a little worried about it going up when you go up a level, right? Okay, I get that. But here's this, Stacey. The Yankees traded for Joey Gallo in 2021. His strikeout rate in that season ended up being 34.6%. At the time of the trade was 32.2%. And look, I get it. Gallo was more proven power-wise in the majors. That makes sense. I understand that. But how do you even know with Florial? You don't. You just don't. And to him, like you said, not getting an opportunity and really not getting any opportunity this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about he go to free agency. Well, you're not going to play him anyway. Then what is he good for in the organization? Let him go to free agency.
Yeah.
You already dropped them off the 40. You already blew it there. So it stinks. It just flat out stinks when you think about what the Yankees did. And, I think, yes, obviously you have to put on the strikeouts on Flo. He never corrected it. He didn't. But, the Yankees kind of failed him there too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a bummer, dude. And I hate that this is how it all goes. Flo is having the best season of his minor league career this season. And it just goes to show you. And he's, again, been such a professional the whole time. I asked him last year about this stuff. I did. And I flat out, I'm like, dude, come tell me. Let me know. This sucks. He's like, yeah, well, it's the way it is. They'll call me up. My time is coming. And you're just you're kind of probing him. Like, come on, man. Let the veil slip. And he never let it slip. And that happened again this year. Multiple times asked. Nope. My time will come. I'll keep working. I can't control that, man. It'll come. And I hope and pray it does with somebody else. He deserves it. He absolutely deserves it. It reminds me a lot of Joey Meneses. And he deserves
it. Will. It'll happen because he's having such a great year. Someone will give him a chance. Scoop him up and give him a chance. And
and hopefully it works out for him. The strikeouts are going to be there, man. But the power is too. Yin and yang. Let us know how you're feeling about Flo in the comments section. It feels weird that this is probably going to be the last time we talk about him. He's weirdly enough become a kind of big part of my baseball career on that side of it. It's really weird. I wish absolutely nothing but the best for Estevan Florial. We'll see maybe if he gets called up here with the Dominguez news, but it's probably going to be either Cordero, who is healthy, or McKinney if he's feeling healthy. He's been dealing with back spasms. So, Hey, thanks so much for checking out Miners Monday. Here on Locked On Yankees, we do this every single Monday where we check out the top performers in the Yankees system throughout this entire season. Of course, if you're new here, we also do regular Yankees coverage Monday through Friday. Every single day, we have Yankees coverage here on Locked On Yankees. So hit subscribe if you like content like this, and you'll always be able to hang out with Stacey and myself.